always try to look at products from jobs to be done perspective to really understand, to cut the marketing descriptions and truly understand what it does, how ZenML helps ML teams, ML platform teams. Can you share with us the value proposition, jobs to be done initially, and whether, and if yes, how it evolved over time?
I think this is a very broad, encompassing question. So we can also talk about parts of it. So perhaps let's start from a general perspective. I like your framing of jobs to be done. So I think the target audience for ZenML is an engineer who wants to standardize ML processes within their company, right? So this could be an MLOps platform engineer. There are very few of these, actually, to be honest, in the market. There's not so many. So the hierarchy is that there are very few MLOps engineers. There's then fewer or a bit more ML engineers, and then there's like an order of 10 to data scientists. So usually we target the top of that pyramid. But what we've seen is that the job to be done really is standardizing a reproducible process to transition machine learning into production, right? So this is where you start thinking of machine learning not in terms of models, but in terms of pipelines. And once you start thinking that way about automation and you start thinking of ramping up, this usually happens not at the very start, but a bit when you are a bit more mature, when you have maybe you're beyond your first notebooks, you have a POC, you have maybe an API that people are consuming. And this is really where we come in because of many reasons. I think one thing that we do is we help you delay the decision of your MLOps stack, which is something which is very useful in the very start, because you guys know this a lot and you speak about it extensively, but this MLOps stack is really dependent on your use case, and sometimes it's not apparent what you need at the very start. And second, I think what's really interesting is we help people transition up that ladder in a way that I think not other tools lend themselves to, or at least that's not the intention of these tools, which is if you start at if you are an ML engineer or if you're a budding senior data scientist who's interested in engineering, then the transition from that point to becoming an MLOps person in the company, it's actually very clear in most companies right now that you should do that, probably. And we really have found that many of our users have used us as a crutch to make that transition.